What's up, this is GM, and before I start, I want to tell you about TubeBuddy. In case you don't know, TubeBuddy is a free website that will help you manage and grow your YouTube channel. Thanks to them, some of my videos even show up as top results. Want to give them a try? Check the description below for the link.
So I recently got this GoPro right here, and I was trying to think, what accessories do I need? I figured I'll just use it, and as I use it, I'll realize what I needed. And let me tell you, that is not the smartest way of doing this, because I ruined so much of my footage just trying to guess at what accessories I needed that I really regretted it. So today, I want to show you at least 5 accessories that I personally think you should invest in right away as soon as you get your GoPro. Do not wait, just get these because these are like the bare minimum in my opinion. Now keep in mind, this isn't going to include certain things like clips and cases, which kind of vary because depending on which model you get and which bundle you get, you might have already gotten certain clips, you might have already gotten some cases. So I'm going to be focusing on things that you have to buy that wouldn't just come with your entire setup. So let's go ahead and start. So here, I'm going to go and move my GoPro to the side, and just so you know, I am using the Hero 11, I believe. So one of the first things I recommend is a charger that comes with some extra batteries. So the one I have here is the Artman, and it came with these 3 extra batteries. They're supposed to be the same as the Enduro battery. I will say, in my experience, these batteries may not necessarily be as good as the ones that came with the GoPro, but the fact that it came with 3 is still gonna give you more power than the 2 that it comes with. So overall, I think it's a good value. And then you have this charger, which also doubles as a carrying case. As you can kind of see here, you can stick all 3 in and charge them via USB-C. And that right there will pretty much last you your entire day. And keep in mind, depending on where you watch certain videos, they'll say, oh, yeah, when you're recording for a vlog or you're just doing a one-day thing, 1 extra battery is good enough. Well, you got to keep in mind, these people are not telling you 1 extra battery is good enough if you know when to stop shooting and start shooting. When you're starting off, you're going to do what I do, which is just record. Just keep recording because you don't know what footage you need because you're still new. So that's why I invest in extra batteries in this case. I actually bought 2 of these. Let me go and pull the other one out. I have an extra one right here as well, and it came with extra batteries, and you can charge the Enduro batteries it comes with. So that's nice as well. And then, again, they're like cases, so you can just store both of them together in your case, and perfect. Easy to take with you wherever you go. Now, if you're more experienced and you feel like you don't need the extra batteries, that's all great. But I still recommend this case because, again, it charges it as 3 indicator lights, so it'll tell you when each battery is done. And you can just pop in more, connect it to USB, connect it to a power bank, and you're pretty much good to go. So that's my first recommendation. My second recommendation is a case like this for SD cards and micro SD cards. More specifically micro SD cards because that's what you're going to be using with the GoPro. But as you can see here, I just use it for all of my SD cards in general, and it has slots for micro SDs as well. And just keep in mind, I'll have links to everything in the description below. They might not be the exact one I have because some of these things I've had for a while, like this case, but I'll find the best next match for it and put it in the description below. But this comes in handy because depending on what size micro SD card you get, you might need to store multiple. And I like to keep it in a nice hard case that's waterproof and just overall well protected. And then I can slip this into my carrying case for the GoPro as well. And I think overall that is a must-have just for protecting your micro SD cards, but also so you can have multiple. Because I think on the GoPro right now, I have a 500 something gigabyte micro SD card, which should last me for most of a day's shooting, a whole day's honestly, depending on what settings I use and if I'm just leaving it on the whole time or if I'm turning it on and off. However, depending on what trip I go on, I might not have the chance to take the video footage off of the camera and put it onto a laptop, or I might not take a laptop, so I might want to take extra micro SD cards. So that's where this comes in handy. You can store up to, I think this one lets you store up to 6 up here and 6 down here. So that's a lot of micro SD cards, especially if you want to use smaller ones as well. So that would be my second recommendation. My third recommendation is just a case for the GoPro itself. So this one I bought recently because I was worried that this would get damaged in one of those big cases that come with the GoPro itself. And honestly, I did start noticing like small scratches, nothing too big. And so I decided I would invest in a case like this. And let me go and show you the beauty of this case. So first off, you do have a little slot here where it'll cover up the lens itself without damaging it. And then you'll notice it's pretty hard too. It's not flexible. It's very rigid. And then you also have space at the bottom where you can keep the attachment. So let me grab one of my attachments off my camera. So I'm going to take it off of my tripod here. And it's just going to take me 1 second. And then I'll just go ahead and attach it down here. And I'm not going to screw it in just because I'm going to have to take it off again anyways. But let me go ahead and get this on if I can. There we go. And then you can just kind of store it in there, squeeze it in a little bit, and you can close it. Might have to bend it a little bit because this is a bit of an off-brand one. But you can kind of squeeze it in there, close it off, and there you go. Well protected. Comes with a carabiner as well, so you can hang it off of your backpack, and you're good to go. Let me go ahead and just take it out real quick off camera so I can just get it. There we go. All right. So that's one of the things I like about it. But let's say you use a bigger attachment for the bottom as well. So let's say this one, which I'll be showing a little bit later on as a pretty essential attachment. Let's say I attach this one. And in fact, I'm not going to screw this one in actually. I'm just going to leave it as is. I'm going to close it off, and you're going to notice it obviously sticks out. But this specific case has 2 zippers, so I can just zip both ends like this. And the bottom can just hang out. The rest of the GoPro is still well protected, and that's important. So that's really just well made, and I like the fact that it has the 2 zippers. Because if you only had one, honestly, you wouldn't be able to do this, and you wouldn't be able to protect your GoPro if you just wanted to like cover it up during, you know, an off time when you're not necessarily recording and you know you'll have a little bit of downtime to not record. So let me go ahead and pull that off real quick. And the next item I would highly recommend is a tripod, but specifically I recommend one of these kind of flexible ones like this. As you can see, you can just kind of grip it to surfaces and like do different angles. And then you can also use it as a monopod. If you put it together, then you can just put the GoPro at the end here and hold it like this. So it serves a lot of different functions all at once. It doesn't take up a lot of space. And then again, you have a tripod and you have a flexible surface and you have, you know, a really nice silicone outer so it can grip really well onto, like if you want to flex it around a certain structure. And I'm actually going to attach something to this here in a bit and show you something else. So I'm going to go ahead and stop this for a bit. All right, so I went ahead and attached my GoPro to the tripod, and I just wanted to show you where this case kind of comes in handy. And I'm not going to be able to close it because I'm using both my hands, but you can just pretty much cover it up, zip it up to the edges there, and then you'll see it's pretty well protected, just like this. So let's say you're just walking around and you just want to hold the GoPro out for quick use, but you want to keep it protected. You could just put the case on like this and leave the rest exposed and just walk around holding it like this. And this case will keep the lens protected and the screens protected. So another reason why I highly recommend both of these together. Now the last product I have is a pretty interesting one, and it is this thing. And I will show what it looks like on a backpack because that's what this is for. All right, so I'm gonna try my best to show this, but pretty much this comes with this little clip right here. I already have it attached to the GoPro. And what it lets you do is it lets you slide this in. If I can do it, it's pretty tough to get in, but once it clips in, there you go. And now what you can do is you can strap this Velcro in onto your backpack. So let me go ahead and get that on real quick. And now you have a GoPro on your backpack. So as you're walking, it's always looking in front of you. So it's good for if you're just, you know, vlogging a hike or something and you just wanted to get footage in front of you, or if you just want the footage in front of you while you talk. It works really well. You can angle it however you want. So if you just, and by however you want, I mean up and down, not left and right, obviously. But as you can see, you can loosen and then tighten it back up once you get it to the angle that you need. And one of my favorite features about it, once I get it unclipped here, is that I can attach my tripod down here, because the way they built this is it allows for 2 attachments. The first one can be the GoPro, second one can be the tripod. So I'm not gonna screw it in because I'll take a little bit of time here and I just want you guys to get this without having to wait on me. But pretty much, as you can see, you can then attach it like that. And see if I can do this without the tripod falling off. There we go. So then what you can do is, if you decide that you want to take it off and hold it, you can use a quick release on the top and squeeze off that, like that, and then you can just use it with a tripod. And it's a quick release, so it just, you know, it works so well all together. And sorry, my GoPro is just flailing around because I just have it loose on my tripod. But you see the benefit of this. And the reason I realized I really needed this was because when I'm vlogging, I always have this issue where both my hands would be occupied, one with the GoPro on the tripod, and the other one doing whatever I'm doing. And I need to put down my GoPro, and then I knew my GoPro wouldn't get the footage I needed. So I figured I need to get one of these. Just put it on whenever I need to use both hands, or leave it on because usually I'm just getting footage of what's in front of me and I'm not in the video anyways. And if I ever do need to be in the video, just unclip it with the tripod already on and you just face it towards you. And boom, you're ready to go. So these are pretty much my top 5 products. I personally think you should get these immediately. Now, I'm not saying these are the products that a pro will necessarily use or needs. I'm saying these are the products that I highly recommend you get if you are starting off, because honestly, these are all things that I've been using now, and I wish I'd gotten it immediately, because these have been game changers as far as my GoPro life is concerned, because all of these products have made a huge impact on just my overall GoPro experience of how I'm using it and how I'm getting the most out of my product. And most of these aren't super expensive. I think the most expensive thing is honestly the charger. So if you can get past the cost of that, the rest of these are no big deal. And again, I will have links to everything in the description below to help you guys out. Hopefully this helped you out. Let me know in the comments if it does. And if you want more GoPro videos, let me know. I will try to find more products that I personally think are helpful and let you know as I kind of use them.